Okay, welcome MegaWhale team to another Bitcoin update. It's going to be a short and sharp one today. We're going to get straight to the point. We're going to tell you the short-term bullish and bearish scenarios. Before we get stuck into it, the Federal Reserve has a board meeting talking about the interest rates. Today it's going to be at 11:30 a.m., which is about an hour and 45 minutes time. So again, we do expect the interest rates to rise in March, but we could see the interest rates rising sooner than March, depending on what happens in this meeting. Now, of course, if the interest rates rise sooner, we will see Bitcoin drop. And our bearish prediction for that is if we lose these support lines here, we obviously did have a bearish divergence. We can see the bearish divergence over here on the RSI and price. We will see a continued drop into this range. Now, it will be a quick and explosive drop. It will happen very rapidly, and we'll see a price target between 39,500 to 40,500. If we do lose that level, we are very, very likely to continue downwards to 35,000. We're not going to talk about that too much today. We already covered that in the previous video. If you want to go find out all about that, go watch our last Bitcoin update video. We talked about that. But today's video is going to be looking at the technical sort of short term. And to be honest, guys, the technical sort of short term are actually looking optimistic. I don't usually say that, but I'm like I said, I don't take emotion into trading. It's just by objective points of view based on what the charts are telling us. And to be honest, it is looking bullish. Not only do we have support on this yellow line, which is our long-term trend line, we'll zoom out, our long-term trend line, but if we go back to our 6-hour chart, we can see we have found support on the Ichimoku cloud. Not only have we found support on the Ichimoku cloud, we just broke that conversion line, which is that blue trigger line, which signals a possible entry point. Along with that, we have support on the $42,000 range, which is our strong. This is a long-term, guys, very, very strong long-term horizontal support. We've found support on this many, many times in the past. I will zoom back to a one-day chart. We can see many times around here, a lot of support, a lot of support, a lot of resistance, a lot of support and resistance, a lot of support and resistance down here. Very significant level on the Bitcoin chart, $42,000. So we found support there. We found support on the yellow trend line. We found support on the Ichimoku cloud. Momentum is moving upwards. The RSI is moving upwards. We're looking good. We're looking good. What I would expect to see if we can break over this short term, I would say minor resistance at about where we put it, about over here, bring it down a little bit more, 42,689. If we can break over and get that candle over, I would not be surprised if we see a move back up to 44,400 and potentially get that final retest of $48,000 in February, which we did expect anywhere between 45,500, which we did get. We got 40,500 and 48,000 still that target before we head it back down for a bearish March. So guys, it is looking good. Momentum increasing, RSI increasing, found a lot of support. We have a lot of support and the price is moving up. I would say if we didn't have this board meeting for the Fed, I would be much more bullish right now than bearish. The only reason I am slightly concerned is because we do not know the outcome of this meeting. If the outcome of this meeting is bad, the prices will drop no matter how well the charts technically look, because the charts on a short-term time frame right now are technically looking great. If we zoom out to the weekly, zoom out to the monthly, it's a completely different story. But like I've said many times, the short term dictates the long term, right? The short term dictates the long term. If something happens reoccurring over and over and over again on the short term, eventually that data would extrapolate to the longer term time frames. That is why if you're trading based off like a 7-day time frame alone, you will never ever ever predict a bottom, and you will never ever predict a top. You need to be using your short-term time frames to predict reversals and your long-term time frames to predict overall trends. All right, very important, guys. We are in a downtrend. Our long-term time frame suggests we're on a downtrend. Our short-term time frame, particularly this last area here, is suggesting a possible bottom and possible reversal. Obviously, it's very hard to say for now. With the Fed meeting coming up, it's almost impossible to predict what's going to happen. But guys, all I'm saying right now, be wary and expect both possible scenarios, and whichever one plays out, you know the targets of these. We know what's going to happen. We know the targets. So if you see that trend line break down here, well, you can expect this gray zone to be reached. And if you see the price over 42,687. By the time that feed meeting is finished, you can expect anywhere between $44,400 to $48,000. Anyway guys, if you made it this far into the end of the video, and if you liked the video, remember like, comment, and subscribe. Please get around doing that. It helps with the algorithm, it helps boost my following, and helps enable me to share my content with more viewers, and get people away from these influencers and get them in front of some real traders who actually look at the charts and help you guys out the correct way. So like, comment, subscribe. Links in our description below for our Twitter and our Telegram. Join those up. You won't miss the next post, and we'll see you in the next video.